Hi, I'm Greg Denning. For years, I've had the privilege of being a mentor and a teacher and a speaker and traveled around the world, many different countries. And this is like fourth continent now. I'm just loving it. We're currently in Germany. And as people have approached me, they'll say, Greg, how can I take my life to the next level? How can I improve my marriage? How can I improve my health? How can I get a better education? How can I, step it up and be at peak performance for everything I'm doing? And as I ask them questions about what they're doing, their thinking patterns, right? Their mindset and their habits, I realize, like most of us, they're sabotaging their own success. Sometimes consciously, then they're like, yeah, I know I shouldn't do that, but often unconsciously. And I want to share this idea about creating a culture of success, a family culture that makes all the difference, because culture will always shine. It'll always stand out. It'll always, supersede. It'll take over. Whether you want to, if you want to make these changes, you want to do something different, but your culture is against that, the culture will win. It'll always win. And so I want to ask you some questions. Education is perhaps the most important element of success in anything. Anything you want to be great at and succeed at, you need to study. Like study the people who do it the best, the experts, the real experts in that field, people who have really succeeded. Whether it's in your work or your craft, know your stuff. Study parenting. Study education, study languages, arts, skills, relationships, marriage, family, whatever it is, whatever you want to succeed at, study, right? And create this culture around learning, around education. But a lot of us have a culture that fights against that. So let's say, for example, we want to read more. We want to make sure our family gets a world-class education. Well, most people, instead of having a big personal library and a family library, they have a big screen TV. What's at the center? What is the center focus of your family room? For a lot of people, it's a massive TV. And so the culture there is, and the underlying message is, what do we do as a family? What's our main focus? TV, or entertainment, right? My challenge to you is get rid of the TV and replace it with a beautiful library. Now what's the focus? Okay, what's the family habit? What do we do together as a family? A lot of people, they get home and what do? They plop down on the couch and they seek entertainment, video games, TV, or they all grab their phones, right? You go out to a restaurant, you go on vacation, you come home as a family, and everyone's got their device and they're staring at their device and they're totally disconnected. That's the family culture. And so they say to me, well, no, I want better relationships. I want a stronger family. I want a better marriage. I say, well, how are you spending your time? Are you present? Are you really there? Are you fully engaged? Or are you disconnected, right? Are you having some screen addiction time? And so that's the culture. And we've got to create a loving, exciting, inspiring culture where it just becomes the default. Every night I try to read to my children before bed. They expect that. They're growing up, that's their reality. Dad reads to us before bed. My wife reads to them in the morning. We do family devotionals together where we read inspiring stuff and memorize great quotes and ideas. That's the culture. We're setting up a culture of learning. What do we do when we have free time? There's a big one. That's a huge one. What's your family culture for free time? When you don't have something specific to do, what do? Our family culture is grab a book, right? That's the default. I have 10 minutes free, I'm grabbing a book. I got an hour of time between mentoring sessions or before we're doing something else, or even when I'm just waiting, I'm waiting for an appointment or waiting for someone else, or there's a little downtime, what do? Bam, grab a book, okay? What do you do while you're driving? Do you have great conversations? Do you just automatically go to the radio? Or one of our family cultures that we do, part of our family culture is to listen to audiobooks. And that's the default. We're in the car together, bam, audiobook, right? And my children love audiobooks. Now they're listening to it on their own. It's kind of their default. So I want you to look at every aspect of your life. What is your family culture? You may all want to be healthy and fit and active, but you come back from the grocery store with a bunch of crap, right? And so you're defeating it. You're sabotaging your own success. I ask people that. They're like, well, I want to lose weight. I want to get healthy and fit. I want to get in great shape. I'm like, okay, tell me what's in your cupboard. What's in your pantry? It's chock full of garbage. And I'm like, hey, you're sabotaging your own success. Don't bring that stuff home. If it's not in the home, it won't be a temptation. So look through each aspect of your life, okay? Physical, mental, spiritual, social, emotional, financial. What is the culture you've created for yourself and for your family? And if you'll adjust that culture, it'll always win out. And you've got to create a culture that supports the vision of who you want to become. And make sure the massive, major part of that is education. So whether you're homeschooling or world schooling or unschooling, whatever it is, education matters so much. And make sure you create an educational family culture that supports who you want to become and what you want to achieve. Reach upward.